Welcome back to Casual Talk Radio's Coffee Taste Review. My name is Leister. I'm your host with another coffee flavor sensation. Uh, I I hated this one. I'm sorry. I hate this one. But I figured I needed to be fair and thorough in covering different types of coffee. It's sad because I used to drink this when I was younger. Like, I don't know, what, like 20 years, 15 years ago, 15 years ago, I used to drink this and I thought it was fine back then. I don't know what's changed. The original donut shop. This is the regular brew, and I'm brewing this. It's a medium roast. I'm brewing this as a K cup, FYI, because my brewer, I can grind and I can brew grounds, but it also has a K cup attachment, so I can do K cups if I want to. And Keurig, for those that don't know what K cup means, it's a Keurig device, and they have these little pods. They're fast and quick. The downside is that you don't have a sense of the freshness of the grounds, and that's what I suspect is happening here and with other coffees where I've moved away from the K cup. So if you hear me, you'll hear me recommend grind your own. Don't rely on this. Don't do the prepackaged. If you're just in a quick hurry to get a cup to get the energy, fine. It's probably okay. There's no description of this one. It's just coffee. It's just a medium roast. I just got to get a cup of coffee before I go to work. That's what it is. So I went ahead and brewed it up. Take a taste. And I've criticized Folgers because it's disgusting. This is almost as bad as Folgers. It's not as bad as Folgers. It's smoother than Folgers, I'll give it that. But taste-wise, it's like you took regular water. So if you remember, some of you who don't drink water like you should, if you remember the taste of just straight water, it's like you took straight water, and I'm using pH, so balanced water for acidity, cleanest water you can possibly find. This is not tap, so it's the best prep it can be at the highest temperature possible to taste it. And it tastes essentially like, muddy water. That's what I taste of it. I can't think of, sugar would probably help it, but at that point you're covering up what should be a robust flavor. There's no robustness to this one. Yes, it's a medium roast, but there's tons of other medium roasts out there that have flavor to them and have body to them, where this kind of blandness is, in my opinion, inexcusable. I want to stress, because some people might be figuring I'm overly critical. I want to stress, if all you care about is your morning cup of coffee before you go to your job, then it's fine, right? Because those, you're not caring about the flavor. You just care about the caffeine. My argument, though, my counter argument is you can still get caffeine from good tasting coffee, right? You don't have to settle for crap coffee. You can get a good tasting brew and still get the same caffeine that you would normally do, but you're improving your palate. If what you're really looking for is because some people don't like flavored coffees, this is probably okay because there is absolutely no flavor whatsoever in it. If you're looking for something that is a kick, this isn't going to cut it. There's not enough for the energy kick that you are seeking. It's the bare basics of coffee is what it is. So think of this. If you have a household, right, and you have a couple of people that are over the age of 18, because I would not serve this kind of stuff to somebody who's under 18. But if you have somebody, let's say 3 or 4 people and they're over 18 in the household, and some people just, everybody has different flavors of coffee they prefer. This might be something where you can offer it and say, we have normal coffee. This would be your normal coffee. It's just coffee. The downside is you're going to need to offer cream and sugar in order to hide the blandness, because even above and beyond normal coffee, it's just a disgusting blandness that will turn your guests off. So have some sugar ready to go. Have some creamers ready to go. What recommended creamer? Probably French vanilla. If you're not going to do straight half and half, like this is one where half and half and sugar is probably all you could get away with. French vanilla would probably be okay. I would stay away from everything else because it's either going to be too sweet or the flavor is going to jack it up with what it's doing. So the original Donut Shop coffee, the regular brew, I do. Again, for those that don't like flavored coffee, I can advocate for those folks. All I'm saying is if you are just looking for the caffeine, if you're just the one that wants the kick for the morning grind, yes, this would be good enough, but there's better tasting coffees that would give you the same kick. They don't even have to be straight flavored. I'm just talking better coffee. Java Planet, great example, where it's just better coffee overall. And I can't dismiss the possibility that being in a K cup might have lent itself to grounds that are not fresh. If you have grounds that are not fresh, it does lend itself to a blandness after you brew it. If you have coffee that's been sitting around for ages, right? So it's possible that it being K cup is contributing to it being so bland. So what I will commit to do, because this is a K cup review of a brew, I will commit to at some point getting some whole bean for Donut Shop. I will then grind it, fresh grind it, brew it, and I'll compare the flavor, because now that I've got the sense of one, I'll compare the flavor against fresh ground, straight up, perfectly ground, perfectly brewed, to see if there's a significant difference in flavor. Because what that'll tell me is that it's the K cup itself that's kind of dumbing down the flavor. And that's possible because this K cup is nothing more than a paper filter with a bunch of possibly stale grounds inside of it. But anyway, the original Donut Shop coffee, feel free to check it out if it sounds like something that's preferred for you in terms of a generic bland coffee that's a medium roast.